Welcome everyone to this month's Grow and Leverage Mastermind. Jennifer Hensel here. I'm excited to share some new resources with you today. So let's dive in. Before I get started, I wanted to let you know there is an affiliate program for the Mastermind, and you can go to this page. It's inspiringinnovatorsclub.com/affiliate, and you can fill that out. I'll provide the link for you in the show notes of this episode of our Mastermind. It'll add a module to your class enrollments here with affiliate resources. And when you go in there, you can see there's a bunch of images and swipe copy and all kinds of things to help you to promote that. It'll show you how to get your link to promote everything. Got everything in there for you to share, and it's 50%. So the mastermind is $19.97, and when you share it, you will get 50% of that. Yeah. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. The other thing I wanted to let you know about is last month we talked about the 7-day launch checklist. Now, this is for getting your first members into your mini membership and creating your mini membership. And so I wanted to talk about and ask you, what is holding you back from going beyond the idea and create area of this business cycle? And we talked about how a lot of my clients that come to me are stuck in this idea and create part, and lots of projects come up, and then we start to create something and then we drop it and get distracted, or there's many reasons why people have trouble getting beyond this idea and create portion, moving into action results and refining and really starting to see some momentum. So I wanted to talk with you about that today. And I wanted to ask you, what's holding you back from implementing and taking action? All right. So some of the common things I see are the technology is holding people back, lack of time, fear of being seen, perfectionism, feeling you can't keep up, other fears, something else. So I wanted to ask you, what are you finding is holding you back from moving to the next level or for reaching that next goal in your business journey? So I'd love for you to share that with us. If you can, if you're open to the reason, or you can reach out to me directly. Okay, so I wanted to explore that today. And so some of the things that I see are the technology. To overcome the technology one, it's really important to schedule time in to do some learning. And so, when you think about the technology, a lot of things these days are really easy. Once you get to learn them, they're very easy to operate. It's really just click here and click there, but you need to know where to click, right? And so with System.io, for example, there's a certificate you can take that'll teach you all the lingo and everywhere to click for each thing. I really recommend that. It took me a day, but even for me, a day was a bit overwhelming. So I would say 2 or 3 or 4 days, or even if you picked one day a month to work through that, and then you'll have that skill forever to know how to set things up. The thing with technology is the more you can learn, the less expensive it's going to be to outsource things. If you don't want to learn any of it, it's just going to be more expensive for you to outsource those pieces. Okay, so learn as much as you can. I provide all the strategy in this program. There's videos in your membership in your course area. And so you can learn all the strategies from me in these monthly meetings, as well as in the videos that I provided inside your vault of resources and templates and trainings and tools. But another one of the things that hold people back is lack of time. Well, that's where the automation comes in, and AI is so amazing. I'm going to show you something in a few minutes about how to overcome this particular barrier of lack of time. Okay. And then fear of being seen, limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome. We've all experienced it. And that's why I really want to encourage you. There are people that need what you offer. And so to keep going and to break through, and just so you know, it is painful. It is painful to break through. It is a bit of a struggle. It can be uncomfortable. So you'll know you're coming up against that and overcoming that when it's, I told you about my skydiving story where the most fearful part was right before the leap. And so if you just take that leap, you will be amazed on what's on the other side. And I want to show you a case study today of someone from our group who broke through, and they took the leap, and it was a little bit painful for about a week. But they broke through, and now they have an amazing tool and a freedom. There's a new freedom that comes with having this in place. Okay. And so we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. And then perfectionism. Is perfectionism holding you back? Well, this kind of goes hand in hand with the fear and the lack of time. We can spend all day in the idea and create section of the plan of the business cycle. But when we do that, we're not sharing our passion with the world. And when we share our passion with the world, that's our purpose. And so I'm going to be showing you that case study today that's really going to inspire you to get beyond your perfectionism and really take that leap and start to create a resource that other people can tap into and that you can serve the world with your purpose. And then feeling you can't keep up. Well, technology is moving quickly. One of the skills you need to have is to be stealthy and these days it's not just creating one thing and then moving on, but the system I show you is really cool because you can add new things along the way really easily once you do the initial setup. And then other fears and something else. So I would love to hear from each of you what your other fears are. Jennifer Kramer is in our mastermind and broke through and took that leap. Jennifer, welcome. Thank you for being here.
I just squeaked in at the very last minute. I'm driving out to Calgary. One of my passions is dancing, so I'm going to be spending the weekend dancing in Calgary. And yeah, BC has two seasons, winter and road construction.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. That's exciting. That's exciting. Well, I was just mentioning how, one of the stumbling blocks people have is just putting it off and perfectionism and the different things that hold people back from taking that leap. And it's always most fearful right before the leap. And you took the leap. And it was very uncomfortable for about a week, right?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I've had an online business in various different entities. I think I was probably one of the first um business users for Zoom. Zoom was being used for classrooms and different things like that before I started to use it for online teaching and facilitating. So, I do have clients all over the world. And, back in the golden days of facilitation, one-to-one clients were wonderful. And, things have just really changed a ton for me. I don't necessarily want to do time for dollars anymore. And I always have a ton of ideas. And, for people like me, having to have an idea, then like launch a class or launch a series rather than, what Jennifer and I ended up building together is what I call the sanctuary, the Success Seeker Sanctuary. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. I've had websites, I've had a bunch of different things that I've had for my business. And, this seems so modern and it's, fully monetized. So my business isn't shutting. So people can opt into, a class or a series of mine, and that's all included in the sanctuary.
Oh, that's so cool. And it was such an honor to work on this with you. And I just want to show it to everybody so they can see your vision is so beautiful. Look at this. I mean, this is just incredible. And, I want, oops, I'll go back one. I want everybody
It's
to
even
see,
super beautiful.
well, every bit of this is your vision coming to life. So let's go take a look at this gorgeous, gorgeous page. I mean, this is just stunning. This is just stunning. This is all your vision. And you created this beautiful sanctuary for people to help them with wealth, health, love, and happiness. And it was such a joy to work through this with you. And look at all the things. This is all of your passion and purpose poured onto this page. And then it's going to draw people in a way where you can build a community. And that's the exciting part. Now, this is a beautiful result. Let's talk about the little bit of pain that we experienced going through creating this, because there is a birthing process, isn't there? It's a bit of a painful birthing process.
Yeah, we worked really hard on this. I have, I'm such a multi-passionate entrepreneur. And when people work with me, there isn't, like a one size fits all approach to anything. When I look at the business, I can see, okay, well, the reason why the business isn't working, is because of personal reasons. Or when they're like, oh my goodness, Jennifer, I really want to work with you for the personal reasons. And then I can see, oh, well, you're not really taking good care of your health, or maybe we need to look at your finances. And so, it's a very multi-pronged approach. I've got 4 legs of the chair there. It's health, wealth, happiness, and like beautiful, loving relationships. And so if we don't have those things, we can't feel successful. And honestly, the type of people that work with me are considered mainstream successful. Anybody would consider them to be successful people, outside looking in. But the problem is that you need at the level that you're at to be able to have conversations that are at the level that you are at to be able to elevate you. And I would say what happens with the one size fits all approach is that you're only looking at one little facet of yourself. And so there's so many different ways of developing. And I'm always thinking about new ways of developing and always coming across new ways of developing. Um, right now there's a ton of stuff about nutrition and people who are neurodivergent and gene expression and neurodivergent. Now, I'm not a doctor, but what I can do is draw your attention to those things and, maybe make some suggestions to you about where to look. And I would say that that's one of the things that I truly have going for me. Now, the other thing that I truly have going for me is something that isn't going for me in the way of getting my success sanctuary out where people can actually see it and receive it. Like Jennifer and I were like going through growing pains so hard for a week. And you're going to run into this these days. Like Jennifer held my hand so hard because I was like, back in the day, it was so easy to plug your website into this thing, into this thing, into this thing, and you could do those redirects. Like, back in the old days, I used to have like calendar.jenniferkramer.com, or courses.jenniferkramer.com. And you can't do that anymore. They won't let you. And, so Jennifer held my hand hard because I needed to be the one who was putting the code into my domain name server. So, like wherever you buy your domain name, whether it's like Namecheap or GoDaddy or whatever, there's coding that you have to put in there. And sometimes the platform that you're working on thinks that they've given you the correct information, but they haven't. And, so we really had to go back and go back and go back, and we finally made it so it works. And then the other thing is, like the marketing aspect of your business. What do you have people to have a look at so that they feel safe to spend time with you? There's a deep intimacy in what some of us do, definitely what I do. Somebody's not going to talk to me about their love life or their deep uh you know nuts and bolts of their investments and what they want to achieve in life financially, unless they feel that I'm a safe person to talk to about that. And so this is allowing them to come in, every month I have a live event. And so as a part of the membership, they get to come into the live event and participate in the live event. But this is growing and growing. So as I grow bigger, this will grow bigger with me. And I think that that's one of the things that I'm super, super excited about. But oh my goodness, like the fun part of it, like creating the graphics and putting together all the things. Jennifer and I are both Virgos, so we just love all the beautiful things and making everything gorgeous, but also putting the things where people can find them. Like gone are the days of your weird little link tree that you hope people will click on. They have to go somewhere where that they can see true value right away. And if they get confused, then they can't see true value. And then they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go look at something else. And so those are the things that I'm really super excited about. And every time I get an idea, okay, just for example, uh, um, I have a course that's going to be inside my membership that's about the success seasons and how to know what season you are in and what part of your life you're in that's going to be the most successful. And you can see that in your astrology, where your eclipses are happening in your astrology gives you a really good idea of what part of your life is ready to grow every year. And so I'm building that right now. And as soon as I'm done, it's going to go inside the sanctuary, and then people can see it at any time. They could click on it at 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or if they're early risers and they're like, I'm going to get my coffee at 5 o'clock in the morning, I won't be awake at 5 o'clock in the morning ever, unless I'm getting on a plane somewhere really nice. Never will I be awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, but the sanctuary is open 24/7. And so people can have access to it whenever they want to have access to it, all around the world too.
Oh, I love that. I love all the points you brought up because you have so many gifts that you bring. Paul and I have partaken in some of your services and things like that. And you have so many amazing offerings. You've spoken worldwide and things like that. I just want everybody to see as a case study that you are able to use this now as a way to build a community. This is your entry level community platform where then you can engage your community with those other mid and high level offerings if you want. It makes it just easier once it's set up, and there is some pain. And the reason I'm saying there's some pain, just letting you guys know, there are some things, some hurdles to overcome, but we were able to do it in a week. There's just some new technology that people need to get past. Once that's passed, now you have a tool that you can plug in any new things that you have. It's just easy to plug them in. So you're not locked in just to one webinar for the rest of your life, right? You can keep changing it, updating it, improving it, refining it, and adding more value and things that you're passionate about into your community. All of my methods are driven by a community-based approach of building that community, a thriving community, so that you can really build your business in a way that feels good.
I think there's just a deep level of intimacy that's built into a community. You know, back in the guru approach days, webinar jam, you get on there and they're, doing all their neuro-linguistic programming and scarcity and pro marketing and all of the things that don't work anymore. And, I'm always been a very deeply empathic, deeply feeling person. And I could just feel the untruth in my gut about, what do I need? What don't I need? And I absolutely don't need any of that, in my marketing. I need, consistent, uh, accessible, really rich programming. And then just, people can receive it when they want to receive it. And I think that's just really delicious. And then when I'm ready to have something that's a lot higher touch, I will go ahead and launch that. And then my community can be a bonus or a part of that, where I can say, okay, well, I need everybody to go back into this class because we're going to talk about it. And so they have all of this stuff that I've done over the years to be able to enrich their lives and be truly successful on their own terms.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. And you've done a great job. And so, because people have jumped in, just so everybody to catch everybody up, I was just talking about I launched an affiliate program, so you'll be able to see that in the video, how to link into that. You get 50% of 1997 for anyone who joins the mastermind through your link. And then I also talked about the, some case that I was going to bring in some case studies to show you guys of some people who have taken that leap and who have, a massive amount of gifts and tools and resources at their fingertips and how to start to turn that into something that's, and like you said, Jennifer, it's got to be easy. There has to be these days, it has to be frictionless. It has to be very clear, a very clear offer. And that's what the entry level community based approach can help with is getting people in the door and starting to have community with you. That is the key these days. People are looking for a community, and your first step needs to be based on that, and what you've offered there is so perfect. So if you get a chance, take a look at what Jennifer has created here. It's Success Seeker Sanctuary at successsanctuary.ca. Okay. So, and the other thing, so Linda and Claudia, if you jumped in after I said this, I was just asking what's holding you back from implementing or taking action about starting your membership or your next level in your business. And so I was wondering if either of you wanted to jump in. I don't know if either of you are in a position to chat today, but do you have any questions about starting a membership or anything like that?
I don't have any questions. It really has been a lack of time. So I'm in the semester now, and so things are really busy. And I didn't think that I would begin anything really until May. So I'm enjoying listening to this series, and I thought in May I'm going to try to apply everything.
Cool. That's great. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. So Jennifer, I don't know if you have to hit the road, but I wanted everybody to make sure that they could see this and check it out. And Jennifer's done a beautiful job. And there is that painful week where it's just really a lot of copying and pasting into your domain or DNS. I know it sounds complicated, but I do help walk people through that. It's really individual. Each person has a different setup. Everybody has different domain hosting. Everybody has different website hosting and things like that. So you need someone who can walk you through your customized situation. But it can be done. It can be done. And once you have it, it's really cool because you have a resource. You can just plug different things in. It's really neat. So another example is Social Bliss Content Club. Some of you have heard me talk about this. And so I've helped set this up where this person, Angela, offers monthly social media posts. And so she's been able to create an entry-level club, and then she upsells to companies to actually manage their social media. So that's just another example of how she's built this community and provides a service and a solution, but then can upsell to other things. And so you guys can do that too. The other thing I wanted to show you today to help you with this is I've created a chat bot, an AI chat bot that can help you with all of these steps. It's really cool, you guys. So if you're into this, if you like AI for helping with productivity and different things like that, this is going to really, really help. It'll be inside your resources, inside the Inspiring Innovators Club. When you go in there, scroll down, I've added a tab called Chatbots, and I've created these chatbots for you to help you. The reason chatbots, let me just explain a little bit. In ChatGPT, you can go in there and it's like seeing a gigantic universe. So just imagine just a gigantic black void of a universe that you can ask anything, you can do anything in there. But, that's almost too much. You don't know, you need more focus. GPT will help you to put a flashlight on a certain point to help you to resolve or to work through that particular problem. And so I've taken all my knowledge of the 7-day mini membership plan, and then you can tap into it. So it's just like having me as a coach beside you, working through each of these steps. I created this just the other day to help you. So when you click on the link, so I don't know if you saw what I did, but all you have to do is click on this link and it'll open up in your chat GPT. Okay, and now it's a GPT inside your chat GPT. It can be a free account. It doesn't have to be a paid account for you to tap into this. What you want to do first is click this drop down and say, add it. I've added mine to the sidebar. So it says hide from sidebar, but it will say add to sidebar. So you want to add it to the sidebar and then it'll go over here on the left. And these are all the different GPTs that I have, right? And so this will be one that can walk you through. So day 1, day 2, if you click on it, it's going to ask you all the questions about that step. Okay, and then when you give it the information, it's going to keep walking you through the process of what to do with each step. Okay, so when you're done with day 1, you can go to day 2 and just keep walking through each step of the 7-day mini membership plan. Now, again, you don't have to do it in 7 days, but all the steps. So just imagine 7-step mini membership plan. You can just walk through all these steps. It's going to give you all the information. So this is all my knowledge has been poured into this GPT, and you can tap into it and use it whenever you want, whenever you're ready. Start walking through this. Now it's going to give you all the copy. It'll give you emails and sales copy and posts, and it'll help you identify your ideal audience and create an avatar that you're really comfortable with and that you really feel that fits, who you're wanting to reach. And so it's going to really, really save time and create more of a foundation that you can build something on. And then that's going to help you to be able to, better maneuver through the technology because you're going to have all the pieces just to plug in right away. It can help you to create video scripts, all the things you need to create a mini membership and to launch as well and to promote. So I hope you guys can tap into that. That is inside the Inspiring Innovators Club under a new tab called GPTs. Okay, so that's what that means. And all you have to do is click a link and it'll open in there and it'll be like having me as a coach right by your side whenever you need it. I also have another one called Magnetic Micro Offer. If you don't want to do a mini membership necessarily, but you want to create some digital products or things like that, you can use that one. Now, just so you know, I'm going to be putting a lot of GPTs in here. So if your learning style works well with GPTs, you're going to have some really good resources here that are going to help you with every part of your business. Okay, so start with the 7-day mini membership plan, but I'll be having GPTs in here for almost anything you can think of. So this is another example though. So take a look. I've taken my Inspiring Innovators Club. I started with some programs. I started with the coaching kit, the Inner Wisdom Toolkit, and the Gratitude Bundle. And over time, I've added these other things, the Love Retreat, the Lead Magnet Lounge, Social Smart Start, all these different things I've added as I've gone. The Manifestation Kit, that's the most recent kit that I added, and now I've added the chat bots. Oh, the other thing too, just so you know, I'm going to be creating chat bots that you can resell. So GPTs are a great thing to add into your membership. If you guys want, I can do a session on how to create these if you want. So you can take your knowledge and put it into one of these, and it's just an extra tool that you can have inside your membership. But if that's too much for now, just so you know, you can tap into these and use them, as well as this one, the magnetic micro offer. You can resell that if you want. It's PLR. Does anyone have any questions about this so far, the Chat GPT bots?
Can you say what is a Chat GPT box?
Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. So it's kind of like the Chat GPT, or the AI as it is right now, is like a giant void. It's just a giant, massive void. And it's amazing. You can do a lot of things, but it's almost too overwhelming. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to ask it. A lot of people don't know how or what to ask it. And so what this will do is it'll walk you through step by step. It'll be like having me beside you. So I poured all my knowledge and expertise I programmed it with everything I know about the 7-day mini membership, for example. This one, here we go. So this one, for example, the 7-day mini membership GPT, it will walk you through all of these steps. It'll ask you questions and walk you through step by step. So it's just like having me beside you. You can ask it, oh, what do you mean by this? Or what should I do next? And it'll tell you exactly what to do through all these steps. So that's what a GPT is. It's more of a focused AI companion that specializes in a specific area. So let's say someone specializes in Reiki or some other modality that someone might have. You could pour all your knowledge into it, and then it can teach your people about it. Right? So you don't have to create these, but I've created them for you. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of them for you that can help in different areas. So, figuring out your avatar, how to set up your payment. You can ask it anything at all. How to write your sales copy, create a lead magnet. What you could, maybe you have an idea and you have your product, your end product. You can say, what should I do as a lead magnet to get people to go into this? I think these people are going to want to buy this. Can you help me create an avatar that's going to better attract the people to this offer? So a GPT is just a really focused way of using AI, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've added these to your membership. You can find them under the Inspiring Innovators Club under the new tab, Chatbots. Okay, so it's just an extra tool, but I also, on another level, wanted to show you how when you have a membership, how you can add things in that are new. So you can stay current. So in this case, this is a technically current thing to add to a membership, right? Jennifer had a great example where we built the membership, and then she's going to add a new course that she's interested in exploring and adding, right? And so that's the cool thing about the community level membership. You can add to it as things come up for you. Things that really excite you will probably excite your community and your potential client. And then it gives you a platform where you can upsell to your mid and high range items. Okay. And so I'm going to be adding a lot of GPTs in there for anyone who's interested in using AI in that way.
Can I just say something, Jennifer?
Yeah.
So I have the paid version of ChatGPT because I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And so I use astrology quite a bit in my day-to-day life. And I have a chart that's, like sometimes I have a ton of energy and sometimes I just don't have a ton of energy. And, so I have my own little chat GPT where I talk to it about like what's happening in space and what I kind of want to get done this week. And it helps me predict whether or not I'm going to have enough energy for it. So it isn't only just a business tool. We can start using these things to assist with our personal lives. And just like there's so many possibilities, but there's almost too many possibilities out there. And so this is what I love. Like I know how Jennifer's brain works, and for her to come through and to build us some GPTs around this process is really, really valuable. And if you were thinking that you wanted to teach us how to do that, I would be so front row.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Maybe I'll do an extra session. And for anyone who wants to learn how to do that, then we can cover that. Yeah, that's great. Yes, so it's an extra tool. It's just one extra thing you can add into your membership. And again, I'm going to provide you some that you can resell so you don't have to create them. You literally would just copy and paste the link that I showed you into your own membership. And I've created it, but you can sell it. Okay. All right. So yeah, so are there any other questions about anything we've covered so far? So the case study, the affiliate program, the chat bots, how to learn that way. And I love the point you made, Jennifer, that it's also for our own learning. We don't have to just have them for business. You can learn a language. You can get language ones, go in and search, I want to learn Spanish, and and give me a 30-day plan of learning Spanish, and it'll do that. So you can find ones that are specific to those things. When you find the very specific targeted GPTs, they're just more they're filled with more knowledge and specific processes and strategies for that topic. Whereas if you're just, you know, sort of generally asking AI, it's sometimes you got to ask a lot of questions to get to the same result,
Yeah,
So
it's very
yeah,
fallible, very, very
yeah,
fallible. And you can
yeah.
use it for so many things like this week, one of my clients got 5 different referrals, 4 of which were for the same industry. And so I was so excited about it. This isn't what I normally do, but I was so excited. I built her a pitch deck for these 4 referrals in the same industry, and a portfolio to go with the pitch deck. And so I gave uh um the chat GPT, I gave it different personas for the board members to build the pitch deck. And it was so playful. It was so fun. I just absolutely loved it. It was just like,
Oh,
like this old guy that thinks that you should, learn everything the hard way, and that, secretly behind the scenes, he like drinks too much, but he actually wants to build, an addition onto his house. Like I just added a whole bunch of stuff on there, and it was so good. I just loved it. Loved
oh,
it.
good for you.
It can be so playful.
Yeah, I am really enjoying AI for saving time, and it's just really, really, really accelerated a lot of my business, actually. To be honest, it's just incredible. I know some people don't, there's reasons where some people don't like it for the creative stuff, but just for my own knowledge, just being more productive with my own set of skills and knowledge is just incredible. Just really incredible. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah. I think also to have things to bounce off of this AI entity, and to grow and build together is, I think, for a lot of us, like as a solopreneur, these communities are super important. And then also, working in tandem with AI is important. It's totally fallible. Like I've asked it to build me reports, and it keeps like putting something in, and I'm like, do you need a Snickers? Like I've already told you, don't put that thing in the report.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's fallible, but
Hmm.
it's super valuable. I think it's, yeah, definitely, yeah, like a 22-year-old assistant.
Yeah, yeah, it's maturing slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got those, um, it makes mistakes for sure. And so that's why the GPTs are so important. When you know someone has a certain expertise and they've created the GPT, then you know it's going to be at least more accurate than just the general AI. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So I wanted to let you know those are in your membership, and that's going to help you through this process and hopefully get past some of the idea creation part and start launching some of these parts of it. And then I also wanted to get any feedback on, are there specific parts that you guys want help with? So for example, do you want, help with, do you want me to actually do some technical tutorials of some of the different, setting up a sales page in System.io and things like that? Or do you want to, continue with strategy and talking about some of these things that are on the horizon? Because it's really important, even if you don't want to start creating in AI, it's important to know about it. You really need to at least be aware of what's taking place because AI is going to come into every part of our lives. Like Jennifer was saying, even personal stuff. And so I really like the vibe you have going on there, Jennifer. You should take some photos in there. I like your outfit with your background. You look like you're in a fancy place.
It's pretty cute here.
Yeah. That's a neat little stop you found there. Yeah. Okay. So are there any other questions that you have as far as your marketing, your, monetizing your message, creating opportunities and products and memberships to draw people into your world and to create communities? People are wanting community more than ever. There's more and more stats coming out. People are feeling isolated, and each one of you is a leader. You are leaders. You are leaders. So you need to be seen and you need to lead. You need to create an opportunity, a community space that you can lead in. So do you have any questions around that today? What's your most pressing barrier or hurdle right now that you're experiencing?
I think I'm gonna take off. But I wanted to say just before I go and just to have it on the recording that I knew absolutely that it was going to not happen if I had to do my sales page by myself. So like, yes, we did the sales page and we did all of the funnel plugins and we did the website plugin and just like everything that we did, we managed to get it done in a week. And this was like waiting for the things that we did to finally populate onto the internet. And then also Jennifer had plans and I had plans. And so we just did it as quickly as we could. And, so if over the next month you sort of feel like you can't do it, I would say, go ahead and invest in your business. I know that Jennifer tends to attract female entrepreneurs more than male entrepreneurs. And I'll tell you what, a man will slap down his gold card every freaking time. And they also aren't afraid to borrow to grow their life and their business. So I would say for sure, absolutely, you need a storefront. And if you don't have a storefront or your academy or your place on the internet, you need to get it. And I knew that for myself that it was going to drive me insane and I was going to do a half-assed job of it. And then I'm a Virgo and so picky. I just really am so grateful that Jennifer and I worked on this together. So she might not have this offer because I'm not doing scarcity. I promise you. I just am shocked that she actually offered it to me. So I was like, yes, take my money, because she's building a lot of this stuff so that her business is a lot more automated than that. But as she's offering it right now, I would definitely take advantage.
Yeah, you've known me for many years. I don't offer this kind of thing very often. The do it with you. So it is a do it with you. And every spare minute of that week, I will be on your project. So that's what Jennifer's referring to is the do it with you program that I offered a couple months ago for creating your funnel and your membership with you. All right. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Jennifer's on the road, so she's
I'm going
going
to
to have,
Calgary.
yeah.
Gonna go dancing. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Yeah. So for everyone who's remaining, what are your most pressing questions right now for monetizing and for moving to that next level in your business? Is there anything holding you back that can be solved? Most of the things can be solved. Most of the things the hurdles and the barriers we can break through. And I want to help you do that. So do you have any questions today? We've got another 15 minutes or so.
No, sorry, I'm turning my camera on so that it doesn't, you are talking to people and not blank screens. Which I know is hard, but thank you. And really it is for me anyway that there's the term that ends now, it's at its worst. I have a cold, but I really want to do this or I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't keep coming. And so I look forward to sending you questions and then finding out where my impediments really are. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you're welcome. And going through the new chatbot, if you like using those, can also identify some of the questions you need, and I can help you with specifically too if anyone wants to try it out. Yeah, that's great. Good. Well, I'm excited for what's going to come for you in May.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
that's exciting. That'll be exciting.
It is because it's difficult to listen to these sessions and not be able to apply right away what I'm learning. I find that a
Mhm.
real frustration. I think if I could have done this differently again, what I would have done is done it enrolled at the moment that I had time. I enrolled it at my busiest in my busiest season. So
Mm.
and now I'm listening and try to understand.
Hmm. Oh, I can totally relate to that for sure. I know there's been lots of programs I've enrolled in over the years, from lower cost to really expensive. And there's some that I take advantage of more than others. But I know for sure that, sometimes it'll take 3 or 4 times before it clicks too. So maybe it's good that it's kind of you've been able to work on it in the background of your brain until it's time to take the leap. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up a little bit early today if nobody has questions. Claudia or Elaine, do you have anything else you want to tackle today that I can help you with?
Let me turn this on. I thought I hit the camera. Well, maybe I didn't. Oh well. Anyway, hello. There I am. I know in my case it's just, I mean, I've got, another job that I do, and it's just finding the time to fine tune things, and it's almost like I need to make myself a schedule. And this week I want to learn this, and this week, because I know you send out so many wonderful things, and I kind of skim through it. It's like I really need to take the time to dive into it because stuff you send out is invaluable and it's very interesting. So it's just, it's up to me to make the time or find the time or something like that because I'm still kind of in infancy. I started my podcast back in July, and it's going along. I need to increase listenership. Is something I need to focus on. And probably that's primarily by getting emails and sending it out, other than just posting on social media and some of the networking groups that I'm in. So it's really me and putting more into it than what I have.
Oh, good for you. Well, yeah, definitely a lead magnet and email marketing would be your first step for sure. Yeah, that,
Mhm.
that would help a lot. And then each episode, offer it either verbally and audibly in your episode or at least in your show notes. Put your
Right,
lead magnet. Yeah,
right,
that can help a lot because it can retain your listeners and grow that community and draw new people as well.
right.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. And don't forget there's the Lead Magnet Lounge that can help you create a lead magnet inside
All
the
right.
Inspiring Innovators Club. Yeah.
Okay, it's in that is the lead magnet. What?
Lead Magnet Lounge. So
Launch. Okay.
let me just share the screen and I'll show you how to
Yeah,
find
and
it.
that's in the Inspiring Innovators Club. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like this Inspiring Innovators Club. And then when you scroll down, go to Lead Magnet Lounge
Ah, okay.
and it looks like that. Yeah. And so there's all kinds of templates in there to help you create your lead magnet really quickly. So the templates are already put together checklists and different formats. You can just choose the pages out of the template that you want. It's a Canva template.
Okay.
And then put your information inside of it. And you could create one really, really quickly and then save it as a PDF. So always go the
Right.
save as a PDF option. Yeah,
Okay.
and then that's your download that you
All
can
right.
offer. And if you don't want to use System.io or some large platform, you can always put your PDFs and your lead magnets inside of Facebook, a Facebook group.
Yeah, okay.
That's the lowest cost way to go about it. You can just put them, it's called guides. I can show you if you want.
Yeah. Show me what you're talking about.
Okay, so inside the Women Podcasters group,
Yeah. Okay.
there's this tab called Guides. So in any group, you can add this tab in the settings, and it's called Guides. And then when people click that, it's basically like a course section or a resources, a tools and resources section. So you can see all here, we've got the getting started, so the rules of the club and everything like that. And then when you scroll down, you can see free downloads. So you can add all of these things into a free Facebook group if you want. You know, so you still need a platform for sending the emails. You can't just send emails from Gmail or something like that when it's more than one person, right?
Right.
You need some kind of platform, whether it's, but there are free platforms out there. I don't recommend them for growth and for, you know, scaling in a decent way. But, you know, if it's just starting out, just for you to get the feel of it, there's, you know, there's a couple free email platforms out there, Mailchimp and some other ones. But I really recommend System.io because it does all of this. You know, it automatically provides the lead magnet. You can create the emails and the lead magnet and the courses and membership and everything in one place.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do use this as well. You know, it's another way to drive people to the group. So that's pretty much how I've grown this group to 10K. This is all very targeted. These are all women podcasters, right? Which is for this niche is very, very targeted audience. And you guys can do that too. And that's one way I did it on Facebook. Facebook likes it when you keep people on the platform, right? So when I say, hey, go get this, you know, 20 questions for boosting your motivation or the different 60 interview questions, and then drive them straight to the group, Facebook just likes that better, you know, when you keep people on the platform.
And like I've got a group that's the name of my podcast, the Age of Possibility. So I can add the guides to that Facebook group.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. So you just add it there, and then it allows you to upload files. Whereas other parts of the group doesn't allow you to upload. In a regular post, you can't upload a file, but in here you can. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
good.
So that's an easy way to start.
You
Yeah.
know, but you're talking about Chat GPT and AI and everything. I mean, AI can basically write articles for you. You know, my niche is kind of working women 65 plus. Well, I just need to pick, you know, give me a topics that would be encouraging and enhancing, you know, to women 65 plus and see what it comes up with and, you know, make a library just out of that.
Yeah, exactly. And you can create a companion script for an episode too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tell people about that article and then make it a lead magnet, right? With tips or something. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's lots and lots of opportunities with AI that can help you with your existing knowledge, and there's the GPTs that I created for you. And if you have any other questions about that, or if you guys want a specialized session on creating GPTs, I can do that as well. All right, so yeah. So we just have a couple minutes left. Any closing questions or anything? Anything? Okay. Well, thank you for being here today, and you'll find the recording in the next couple days inside your Grow and Leverage module. Okay.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.